If you've been denied for apartment after apartment, spends hundreds of dollars on application fees, and you start to believe you're never going to qualify again because of that eviction or broken lease, don't apply anywhere else until you watch this video. Because today, I'm going to show you exactly where evictions, broken leases, and rent debt are actually reported. How to start removing them, and stay until the end because I'm going to give you one bonus rental screening company that most people don't even check. And this one alone could be the reason you keep getting denied. So if you're ready to turn your setback into a comeback this year, I need you to come back below and let's get into it. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is thinking the eviction being on your credit is only on your credit report. But it isn't. The real problem is your rental history gets copied over onto the rental history bureaus, and that is a totally separate report that can stop you from getting approved. Even if your credit report is clean, if your rental history isn't, you're going to be denied. You can apply to lease somewhere and the rental history bureau will tell the landlord to deny you. And first, let me say something that I wish more people would have told me. An eviction does not mean your life is over. Life happens. People lose their jobs, go through divorces, medical emergencies. Honestly, the pandemic changed a lot for most of us. But that doesn't mean that you should spend the next 10 years paying for one difficult season. But here's the mistake I see. People wait until they're trying to move next month, and then they decide they want to fix their rental history. Please don't do that. Credit repair and rental history disputes are a process. If you're moving in the next 30 to 60 days, this is not a guarantee that everything will be removed in time. I always recommend at least about 90 days. The earlier you start, the more options you'll have. And in a minute, I'm going to show you why some people remove an eviction from their credit report but still get denied for apartments. This is the biggest mistake that I see over and over again. So, the first thing we need to figure out is, where is it actually reporting? Most people automatically assume my eviction is on my credit report. Sometimes it's on your credit report and your rental history. Then other times it might literally just be on your rental history. Evictions, rent debts, and broken leases, they're really unique in that way because they report in two places. So if you don't know where it's reporting, that's why you may go in to an apartment and your credit is looking good, but that rental history is getting you denied. That is why people are wasting months sending in disputes to the credit bureaus, and they're getting a reply back saying, hey, this account is not reporting on your credit report. The reason you're getting that is because you've been sending it to the credit bureaus, but you need to be sending it to the rental history. So step number one is you're going to pull your 3-bureau credit report, not Credit Karma, not your banking app, a real 3-bureau credit report that shows Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax all on one website. So if you need to get that for $1, I'll drop the link above so that you can go ahead and start with getting your 3-bureau credit report. Once you're looking at your report, you're going to scroll down to the section that says collections. You're looking for a collection agency because that's usually who has your rental debt. Then you're going to look underneath where it says original creditor, and most of the time it'll say like your apartment complex or the management company you might have leased from. If you see that, that means you're exactly where you need to be so we can get started with making your disputes to send over to that company, because we're going to reach out to the collection company. But here's where almost everybody messes up. They see the account and immediately start writing dispute letters, not knowing where they're going to send it once it's done, right? So this time, I want to also inform you that there are 3 rental history bureaus, okay? You got Experian Rental, TransUnion Rental, and Equifax Rental. You also have to pull those 3 rental history reports. When you pull those 3, same thing. You're going to pull up the report, you're going to scroll down, and it's going to have a section that says collection as well most of the time. The biggest mistake I see people make is they assume, okay, well, it's not on my Experian rental, so I'm good. You have to get all 3 of them. And whichever one is reporting that eviction, broken lease, or rent debt, that is the company that you're going to send your dispute letter to then from there. And don't worry, I have everything for you with the rental history's contact info so that you can actually get your rental history report, and where to send in your disputes so you can send in your letter and get a response. So the most important thing for you to remember is the credit bureaus are required to report accurate information. Just because it's yours does not mean it's accurate. That means the date open is supposed to match on all three. The amount that they claim you owe. If you know you left with $1,000 balance and it now says $5,000, that is an inaccuracy. That's the biggest thing I see when it comes to rental debts, because they start to try to add on all these fees. So the moment you see something that's not adding up, we're going to use that as our dispute reason to these rental history bureaus so we can get this account off. The greatest thing I like to tell everybody is you can do this in 90 days or less, honestly. I've seen clients that have had rental history disputes come off in 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. My DIY students are literally going crazy with removing this stuff, sometimes even in 7 to 10 days. So you got to think about it this way. If somebody wrote the wrong birth date on your driver's license, you'd expect it to be corrected, right? That's a simple principle that applies across the board. So it's the same thing with your credit or rental history report. If they are reporting inaccurate information, the bonus for you is, instead of you having it just be corrected, legally, because it's reported inaccurately, you can have them remove the entire account, and now you can go in, apply to rent again, and not have to worry about being denied. So remember, I told y'all that I had a bonus for you. This is the fourth company that most people do not realize they need to apply to get their rental history report from. And that is going to be LexisNexis. If you guys don't know, LexisNexis houses all kind of information about you, your personal information, bankruptcies, but they also have a section for your rental history. And if you check your credit report in all three rental history bureaus and you still don't see this account anywhere else, I have had the same thing happen with some of my students. We went on LexisNexis and that account was hiding over there with them. So they were able to find it. Remember, we went on, seen where there were inaccuracies, made the dispute letter, and sent it directly to LexisNexis this time. So if you've already exhausted everything else, get with LexisNexis because it is probably there. So once you have found the account, you're going to dispute it directly with them. Not the apartments, not the landlord, not the reporting company, not that third-party lease desk. A lot of times, people will get their report of them having a negative account from lease desk and companies like them, and you think you need to dispute with them. No, I'm teaching you to go to the source. The source is the three rental history bureaus and LexisNexis. If you take your account off of those, any third party that pulls your credit when you go to lease somewhere will not pull it up. So don't try to go and take the quick step with going with those third parties when you can go straight to the source with exactly what I'm teaching you how to do. You're going to send in your dispute, wait 30 days. If they verify it, don't panic. Most people quit right here, and that's exactly what they want. Verification isn't the end of the process. It's simply the next step. You continue requesting that they verify the account, and we're going to continue to point out the inaccuracies and hit them with the laws. That is my biggest way of how I help people remove these accounts within 90 days or less, because we stay consistent to the process. And I need to know, are you ready to lock in for the next 90 days to change your life? Because being able to rent again, being able to have a safe space for you and your kids to stay, or even if you're just looking to get your dream apartment or home, it all starts with you locking in on pulling your rental history reports, your credit report, making your disputes, and not giving up when they come back and say verified. Verified, updated means nothing, but keep trying. So if you're someone that's like, hey, I'm tired of this, I want to help you become persistent in this, okay? This is not something you have to do alone. And I've had students remove evictions from their credit report. I've had students remove rental collections from their credit report. And I've had them message me saying that they were finally approved after being denied over and over again. And that's why I teach you to keep moving for the next 90 days, okay? I'm going to show you guys some of my students that have sent and dropped their testimonials in my DIY community, where I teach you guys live on Zoom how to fix your own credit and remove these evictions off. They've literally gotten result after result after result. Like, I can't even fit all of them on the screen because they're coming in. We're getting live on Zoom, showing them how to pull their credit report, making their disputes. And like I said, some of these people are using my 7-day deletion method to remove these evictions and broken leases in just 7 to 10 days. If you watch this entire video, I already know something about you. You're not looking for a shortcut. You're looking for another chance. Start by pulling your credit report and your rental history. Find out exactly what's being reported, then work the process consistently. Because the goal isn't just removing an eviction. My goal is to help you hear these words. Congratulations, you've been approved. Inside of my school community, I'll show you exactly how to dispute your rental history, clean up the inaccuracies that are reporting, and build your credit so you're in the best position possible for the next time you apply. Every Tuesday, I'll teach you my strategies live, answer your question, and I have added a bonus. When you join my community, I'm going to request that you send me the login to your credit report, and we are going to send you a 30-day disputing plan. So out the gate, you're getting the steps on what you need to do. I'm giving you a custom disputing plan based on your credit report and your goals so that it's a no-brainer that you get to the end. Every time you show up, I'm going to show up because I want to see you win, and I need to see you in your next place. So if you're ready to stop getting denied and start working towards getting approved, I want you to join Rose Credit Academy. It is linked in the description, but I will be sure that I put it somewhere on the screen as well. And if you made it to the end of this video, I thank you guys so much. Comment the word community below, and I know that you're ready to get started. Thank you again for hanging with me here at Rose Credit Repair. And don't forget, like, subscribe, comment below if you have any credit questions. I'm going to be answering them myself in the comments. So you know what to do. Until next time.